The woman was coaxed by her husband to come to the beach to take pictures. Then a hand pushed her into the sea, and the wife was pregnant with a 3-month-old fetus in her belly. Fell into the sea together. The huge waves repeatedly hit the wife's body. Her head hit the rocks back and forth. Her face was cut open with multiple wounds. What's more dangerous is that the sea is infested with sharks. At this moment the husband was also in tears. After all, we were once a couple, but now he killed his wife and unborn child with his own hands. The husband called the police and lied that his wife had fallen off a cliff. Search and rescue team searched around and did not find the wife's body. So the wife disappeared from the world, and the wife who drifted in the sea all night. She died without knowing why her husband killed himself and the child in his belly, because 1 minute before she was pushed off the cliff, the husband also vowed to his wife, claimed that he would love his wife for the rest of her life. She did not know that this was her husband's last confession. She still foolishly thought her husband was shedding tears of sincerity, but the next moment she was pushed into the sea by her husband. After a day and night of drifting, Lily was washed to the shore by the sea. Anna passed by and saw the unconscious Lily. The skin of her whole body was scratched. Her face was also disfigured. Anna immediately called an ambulance to bring Lily to the hospital. Under the help of doctors for several days, Lily was out of danger, but she was severely mentally stimulated. Anna tried to communicate with Lily to help her get out of her mental state. During Lily's recovery time, everyone thought she was dead. Just a few months after the death of her wife, the husband was promoted to general manager in the company and announced his engagement to the boss's daughter. She dialed her husband's phone number to ask why. Why did he kill himself? Why did he marry the rich man's daughter? She believed her husband must have a reason that he could not say. After answering the phone, Lily was unable to speak because her vocal cords were damaged. At that moment, there was another woman's voice on the other side of the phone. She is her husband's new fiancée, the daughter of the company owner's daughter. Lily hung up the phone. Alone, she was already sobbing. She lay on the sofa and cried silently. The doctor told Anna the skin on Lily's face was almost completely destroyed. If she wanted to be a normal person again, a huge amount of money would be needed for plastic surgery. Anna was kind-hearted. She felt deep sympathy for Lily's suffering, so she spent a lot of money on surgery to do plastic surgery for her. The doctor designed a new face for Lily. The surgery was very successful. The moment the doctor lifted the veil, Anna was amazed. Lily's new face was even more beautiful than before. With Anna's help, Lily's mind, body and soul were gradually restored to health. To repay the kindness that saved her life, Lily became an employee of Anna's company. 3 months later, her ex-husband was officially married. The bride is the daughter of the owner of the company. Her ex-husband's name is Mike. Now it can be said that both career and love success. Halfway through the wedding, a hot woman came into the scene. She is Lily after plastic surgery and rebirth. This time she came back to seek revenge on Mike and to find the reason for her murder. Mike is immediately attracted to this strange woman. He recites his vows to marry his bride, but his eyes were fixed on another woman. Lily found an empty seat and sat down. The bride also noticed that the groom's eyes were not right. He kept staring at that woman for some reason. Lily and Jerry, the boss's illegitimate son, offered to shake hands. They were introduced as having known each other before, but Jerry didn't recognize Lily. A few minutes later, Mike came up to her. He asks Lily who she is. Lily lied that she was a client of their company. She wanted to work together, so she came uninvited, took a business card out of her bag and handed it to Mike, then turned around and pretended to fall down. Sure enough, Mike fell for the trick and hugged Lily. The bride happened to see the scene, a little jealous. The woman who had just gotten married and dared to say goodbye on the spot. The bride immediately came over and separated the two. The groom introduced that this was a new client of the company. Lily also took the initiative to say hello to the bride. She gave her blessing for their marriage. Just the first time they saw each other, the bride sensed that this woman was a bad influence. Jerry, the boss's illegitimate son, found out his sister's wedding poster had been scratched. After leaving the wedding site, Lily returned to her old house. During her treatment, her father also died of illness. She didn't get to see her father one last time. The only family in the world also left her. Now the only purpose of living is revenge. Mike, the Phoenix man, became a son-in-law, having breakfast with his boss's family, but his mind is still thinking about the strange woman at the wedding last night. The boss's heart is not good. He may be critically ill at any time. As a son-in-law, he wanted to inherit the huge estate of the boss, but the boss already had a plan in mind. All the property would be inherited to his son. Lily came to the tombstone of her father and herself, looking at the two photos on the stone. I can't tell you how aggrieved I was. I didn't get to see my father's last face before he died. It became Lily's lifelong regret. She swore to the photos on the stone she would never let her old self die in vain. She would find out the truth and take revenge on Mike. After Lily left, Jerry also came to the grave to send flowers for the father and daughter. In fact, he had been secretly in love with Lily. From a distance, he watched this heartbreaking scene. Lily felt sorry for Jerry. Mike sighed. He was thinking about the strange woman who appeared at the wedding, so he took out his business card and dialed the other party's phone number. Lily did not expect the other party to take the bait so quickly. The two of them met at a fancy restaurant. Lily said she had a deal for a batch of private jets and wanted to deal with Mike. They quickly agreed on a deal. At that time, his wife called Mike, but he didn't pick up. The mother-in-law criticized her son-in-law for not coming home so late at night after only a few days of marriage. The mother-in-law criticized her son-in-law for not coming home so late at night. The daughter and mother explained that her husband was out on business with a client. The mother said what business can be more important than the wife at home. Mike thought he had successfully concluded the cooperation, but he didn't know that he had fallen into Lily's trap. The wife lay in bed tossing and turning, unable to sleep. She was thinking about her husband who didn't come home. When she heard the door open, she pretended to be asleep. Mike knew that she was faking sleep. He apologized to his wife and said he had a very important business deal today. That's why he came home so late. Mike didn't dare to say Lily's name. He used sweet words to put off his wife. The next day Mike was invited to Lily's company. Lily was dressed in a long white dress, plus the white scarf that danced in the wind. Mike couldn't take his eyes off her. Lily took off her sunglasses, slowly walking towards Mike. She knew the fish had taken the bait. Lily invited Mike to experience a private jet. She also said that their jets are only for successful men. This is very much to Mike's liking, because what he needs now is to be recognized. Lily flirtatiously fastened Mike's seatbelt. They look at each other. Mike was captivated by Lily's charm. Dangerous and charming. Mike said, "I like your perfume. It's so seductive and different." Lily smiled lightly. She was no longer delighted by Mike's compliments. Lily opened a bottle of wine to celebrate their official collaboration. She asked Mike to go to Phuket next week to learn more about the development of the new project. Lucy couldn't find Mike. No one answered the phone. She angrily asked the secretary where he was, but the secretary didn't know where Mike had gone. Lucy ordered the secretary to find Mike immediately, or she would submit her resignation. After 99 phone calls, finally she got through to Mike. Mike lied that his cell phone had just run out of battery. At that moment, a plane flew by. Lucy heard a voice over the phone, so Lucy realized that Mike was downstairs. She looked down at the office. She saw Mike throwing a bottle of perfume into the car, but Mike never uses perfume. This made Lucy suspicious. Her sixth sense told her that a crisis was coming. At night, Mike's cell phone rang, and Mike was in the bathroom taking a shower. Lucy tries to check Mike's phone, but Mike stops her. Mike rushed out of the bathroom, quickly went to the bed and picked up the phone. When he saw that it was Lily calling, he laughed sheepishly, telling Lucy it was a work call. Mike whispered and asked Lily what it was about, but Lily had a problem for her. Lily rescheduled their trip to Phuket to tomorrow afternoon. Faced with the sudden change, Mike hadn't figured out how to hide it from Lucy. He returned to the bedside. He had to tell the truth that he was going out of town tomorrow to talk about work, but Mike didn't say he was going to Phuket. Instead, he lied that he was going to Chiang Mai to prevent Lucy from finding out anything, but Lucy said she wanted to go with him. It just so happens that neither of them had a honeymoon. But Mike forcefully refused Lucy. The reason is that he does not want to affect the work, and he promised that next time he would throw away all his work. He promised to accompany Lucy to have a good trip. Lucy did not want to anger Mike. She had to stop insisting on going with him to Chiang Mai. The next day, Mike and Lily boarded a private plane. They went to Phuket for two. Lucy didn't suspect Mike, but she happened to meet Mike's secretary. She casually asked the secretary, "When is Mike coming back from Chiang Mai?" Then she found out that Mike didn't go to Chiang Mai. Instead, he had gone to Phuket. This made Lucy very angry. She wanted to find out why Mike lied to her. Mike arrived in Phuket without any problems. He was about to go to his room. He heard that Lily's room was right next to his own. Lucy smiled. The fun was about to begin, and Lily looked at Mike's distant back, also smiled. "I wonder who will win the final victory between the two." After coming out of the room, Lily changed into a sexy swimsuit. She deliberately took off her bathrobe in front of Mike. Then she tossed her hair in a beautiful way. She walks past Mike again. Lily was in the pool, and she was glamorous, and the atmosphere between them is just right. Lily then talked to Mike. She deliberately leads the conversation to travel. She successfully got Mike to mention the trip to Korea. Lily asks Mike what kind of trip it was. Mike answered with happiness and tears. He remembered the moment when he confessed his love to Lily on the beach. At that moment, it was true to say love. Lily looked at Mike talking about that day. She felt a surge of anger. She would never forget how Mike had pushed her off the cliff, but Lily held back her anger. She asked Mike to go for a walk on the beach later. An hour later, Lily arrived at the appointment. Her outfit was certainly stunning again. Mike complimented Lily on how beautiful she was, and Lily held out her hand to Mike to help her down the stairs. Mike gently held Lily's hand, but within 3 seconds of holding her hand, Lily let go of her hand. Mike was so aroused by Lily that he couldn't stop. Unknowingly fell into Lily's game trap. The two of them went for a walk on the beach. Mike completely forgot about Lucy's existence. Lily and Mike were chatting casually, but then she suddenly stopped in her tracks. Lily approached Mike. She gave Mike a hint that he could touch her. Mike picked up the signal, slowly kissed Lily's face, but Lily avoided it. But just as the kiss was about to happen, Lily laughed meaningfully. She didn't let Mike get what he wanted, and this completely aroused Mike's interest. What you can't have is always stirring. The more Lily refused to do so, the more Mike likes Lily. In the evening, they have a candlelight dinner. Mike looked at Lily's face and was lost in thought. He was completely infatuated with the woman in front of him. The new image Lily had created. She fits all of Mike's fantasies about his other half. Mike was so absorbed in Lily's charms that he couldn't help himself. He couldn't take his eyes off of Lily. Mike said, "I feel very familiar with these eyes, although it is not very similar, but it reminds me of something. Even if Lily had a facelift, but her eyes will not change." Mike would never have dreamed the woman in front of him is his ex-girlfriend. But just when the mood was getting good, Lucy arrives on 10 centimeters heels. She found out about Mike's whereabouts. She came to the restaurant as soon as she could. Lucy asked Mike mockingly, "Didn't you say you were in Chiang Mai on business? Why are you eating in Phuket?" She also asked Mike if the wine was good. Lucy was furious to the extreme, lifted the tablecloth with one hand. The food on the table was shattered. Mike was shocked by Lucy's action. He said that he and Lily only had a working relationship. How could Lucy disrespect his partner? But Lucy wasn't stupid. She threw a slap directly at Lily's face. Lily held back her anger and did not return a slap because her purpose was to make Lucy experience the feeling of being abandoned. Lily looked so pitiful, telling Lucy that she misunderstood. She and Mike were really just talking business, but as a professional in the field, Lucy knew exactly what Lily was thinking. In her anger, she also slapped Mike. This makes Mike's manly dignity is lost, so Lily's goal was accomplished.